Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Web3 Talks. My name is Ornella Hernandez and our special guest today is Eran, who is the co-founder and CEO of BullPerks and GamesPad. How are you today, Eran?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I wanted to get your take on a few things in the market, and now that we're closing up 2023, I just wanted to hear from you how you would rate this year for you and for BullPerks. Was it good? What were the highlights? I just want to hear what you thought about it.
So it was a tough year, to be honest. I mean, most launchpads are the first ones to pump during the bull market and to dump during the bear market, because no one wants to launch IDOs during the bear market. I mean, we still operated and launched a few actually did well, a few not as well, but we were active and we were continuing to build, whether it was tech, products, relationships in the space. And all that is gonna show now that we're ready to the bull market.
Yeah, you think we're on the way there? It's coming for sure?
Well, this month was pretty good. And I think that from January, mid-January, it will really start popping.
Okay. All right, so now talk to me more about BullPerks and the structure of the Launchpad and what kinds of companies you're looking to invest in or to help launch.
So BullPerks was created in June 2021. We launched over 65 projects since then. We have over 30,000 KYC members. We're ranked in the top 3 launchpads by all-time high ROI and current ROI. We've basically we're a generalist launchpad, so we're not sector-oriented, and we're not chain-oriented. We support over 20 chains currently. We launched on many of them, whether it was Solana or Elrond, Phantom, as well as obviously the big one like BNB chain, Ethereum, Polygon.
Yeah.
Right now, we have announced already more than 9 projects upcoming for Q1. We actually have closer between 15 to 20 confirmed and many others in conversation. So it's going to be a super busy Q1.
Yeah.
We'll have probably around 8 to 10 launches a month, which is quite insane and intensive.
Okay, so walk me through the process. Like, give me an example of maybe one of the companies that you helped to launch, and what were the steps there?
So it really depends. Each project is a little bit different, obviously. So they come to us in different stages. So sometimes we notice that they're strong with the team, but not with the socials. So we'll help them boost their socials, connect them to influencers and stuff like that. Sometimes they come and they have the socials, but they don't have connections in the space. So we'll connect them to market makers, we'll connect them to exchanges, if they need the KOLs and stuff like that. Other times we think that the team is good, but they don't understand tokenomics. So we will help and we'll redesign their entire tokenomics. In other cases, they might be looking for some connections to funds. And obviously we have a lot of connections with funds because we've been working with a lot of them. So we can connect them to help them with the raises. So it really depends on the project. We can help in different aspects.
Okay, so full service.
Almost. Yes.
Almost. All right, and what have been some of the most challenging moments that you've had this year with clients and some of the most rewarding ones?
Challenging with clients. Well, we had a few projects that we spent time with and invested in them. And in the end, they kind of used you and didn't even launch with you or went to some other competitor.
Oh, okay.
And
so they took your advice?
Yes, they took advices, they took connections, they took a lot of other things, and then they ended up moving and working with someone else.
Okay.
It happens, but yeah, For me, loyalty is something that is high in the rank of what I care about.
Yeah.
So.
And do you find that the Web3 crypto community has a lot of loyalty or doesn't have loyalty?
Not really. Very few, actually.
Okay.
Yes, that's unfortunate.
All right.
People only loyal to money in this space.
Yeah. Okay. And what was something that was that you're proud of or a rewarding moment for you?
A rewarding moment is when you take a project and you take it to a stage that not a lot of people believe in it, and you actually help them, and they end up doing an amazing launch.
So proving others wrong.
Well, I always like to prove people wrong. I mean, that's actually one of the things that motivate me the most. Yes.
Okay. I also really like the name BullPerks, and it's appropriate now that we're going, like you said, hopefully into the bull run. You get
actually, a lot of people didn't like it initially.
No? Why?
It was very hard because it doesn't have the association to a Launchpad.
Okay.
Which is why we kind of created under it the Launchpad name Bull Starter.
Ah, okay, like a Kickstarter.
Yes.
Okay, I see. So what's the difference between Bull Starter and BullPerks?
BullPerks is the complete company, has a few more products. Bull Starter is just the Launchpad part.
Okay. And then what about GamesPad? How does that fit into the group?
So GamesPad was created in December 2021. We noticed the trend in gaming, metaverse, NFTs. So we decided to build that niche that we were very passionate about.
Yeah. So BullPerks, you mentioned, was more general.
Yes.
Doesn't focus on one sector of companies, whereas GamesPad is more focused, metaverse, gaming, NFTs.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, so BullPerks, we did everything, whether it was fashion, infrastructure, AI, privacy, gaming, DeFi, whatever you can think of, we did. BullPerks is more gaming oriented, metaverse.
Okay.
Although we are a little bit expanding it, but yes.
Are you a gamer yourself?
No.
No, okay.
I don't have time to play.
No. Okay. So then,
I wish.
How would you rate the sector then? Do you think it's doing well right now, the metaverse space, the Web3 gaming space? Like what's your feel right now with, given that you work with so many projects? What are their concerns? What are they saying?
So I mean, every cycle, every time you see the same thing, you see the first wave comes very unprofessional, very immature. So that's what we saw last time with the gaming. The games were very basic.
Yeah.
A lot of them were rug pulls, let's be honest.
Yeah, that play to earn wasn't very well received.
I'm not a fan of play to earn. I like the play and earn concept, because you're not gonna make people play just, if they don't want to play.
Yeah.
If they play already, and you approach them and you actually give them an incentive on top of that, that could work much better. So the first round, was more hype, but no real content to it.
So this is like 2022, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This round, I actually see a lot of really good projects that have been building for years that can actually finally bring that adoption. I mean, I don't like when projects, you read their blurb and they're like, we're gonna bring the next billion users.
Yeah.
You're not gonna bring the next billion users. Come on, you're not even Fortnite, I don't think could bring it. But so I don't like that. But I think they will bring the gamers finally, because at the end of the day, the gamer cares about gameplay. If the gameplay is good, he'll play.
It has to be a fun game.
He doesn't really need to understand that much crypto or NFTs. There's so many ways to make it in the back end, so you don't even feel it. Wallets without passwords, you can buy tokens, regular tokens. You don't even need to go to exchanges. It can be in the back end. So if it's gonna be good quality, people will play.
Yeah.
And I start seeing projects like that coming to the space.
Okay, good. So you're positive about the space then?
I'm very positive. Again, not all of them. Again, I see a lot of games that are garbage. And I don't want to mention any launchpads, but I see a lot of launchpads that, they know that gaming is hyped and probably will do the best multiples right now. So they bring anything. And 90% of this is just hype and garbage. I would never play them, I would never invest in them, and I would never launch them. But, each on his own.
Each to his own, yes. So what differentiates your launchpads from your competitors out there?
I think, first of all, we built an amazing pipeline. While others were sleeping and taking vacations during the bear market, we were building relationships and connections. And, we are training our team to do better. We're in touch with projects on a daily basis. A lot of these projects obviously weren't ready back then. And they were like, no, we're only gonna launch in 2024 or whatever. And it sounded, far-fetched back then. But you build those relationships. You keep maintaining them. You keep asking one about updates and stuff like that. And when they're ready, you're the first one they remember. You were there when they just started. So if they're ready, you'll be the first one they come to. So that's the relationship. I think on the professionalism level, our due diligence is better than most. I see it a lot of times that we talk with projects and we actually ask them about their business models, their revenue streams, the roadmaps, the product, and they're like, "But your Launchpad." And we don't get these questions from any Launchpads. They just ask us what's the market cap and how many tokens they can get, and that's it.
Okay, so you're really
ask like more like investors.
Yeah. So you're concerned about having it be a viable business.
Correct.
Okay.
We're looking for viable businesses for sustainable long term.
Yeah.
Most of the others are just looking to make the multiples on the launch, and then they don't care what happens with the project.
Gains. Okay.
They want the ranking. We don't, to be honest, obviously I want ranking and I want to be number one, but I don't care about it as much. I'd rather launch great projects and not be ranked number one. I'm actually changing tokenomics of projects while other launchpads are telling them to go and launch with lower initial market cap and to put bigger cliffs on everyone so no one can sell anything on day one. I'm actually telling the project the launch day is usually the day that you have the biggest volumes. This is a great opportunity to get rid of some of the sell pressure.
Okay.
Release more. And yes, the market cap will be higher. And yes, you're not going to do 30x on day one or 40x with other launchpads spiking prices. You do 5, 7 maybe. But you're going to go a graph like this potentially because you don't have as much sell pressure going forward instead of a graph that goes like this.
Yeah.
Like most of these projects.
Okay, so the theme I'm seeing here is that you feel like in the industry a lot of people are just in it for like the short-term gain and
for sure.
Maybe they don't have that long-term thinking. So how do you think we can change that or improve the industry? In the end of the day, it comes to personal responsibility and accountability. Hopefully, a lot of these influencers and well-known people, public figures, will realize that they have a personal responsibility. So it's not just to get paid and shill every garbage, but it's rather to improve the space and to mentor and teach the next generation coming in. Okay, so what does Eran do at a personal level to mentor and teach the next generation?
I do that with project founders and stuff like that. I mentor them. I advise multiple projects right now. And, I spend my time coaching them. On the personal, I'm not an influencer. I might become.
Okay.
But I wasn't. It wasn't really one of my priorities.
Yeah.
I'm more of a hard work behind the scenes kind of guy, rather than making noises in front and a lot of air and no content. But it seems like sometimes you have to also take that hat. So I might.
Yeah, never say never, right?
Never.
Okay. All right, and so how did you get into this space in the first place? Into Web3, was there like a moment where you said, I need to found this company, I need to work in this industry?
So there were two moments actually, or three. First one was in 2013.
Okay.
That's when I really, first time that I got into crypto.
How'd you hear about it?
I had an employee in one of my other businesses, my real estate business, who was like a young geek. And he was he knew that my background I have backgrounds in computer science, math, and medicine.
Okay.
So he knew my backgrounds, and he was like, you might want to look into Bitcoin. I mean, it's could be interesting from investment aspect as well as the tech aspect. I was like, okay, let me check it. I looked at it. I immediately realized the potential there.
Really?
And I put a nice bag in to Bitcoin. Went up a lot. I mean, I got in at $100. It went up to like $1,200. I was like, wow,
yeah.
Making free money, a lot
nice
of money.
Nice little profit.
But then was the first bear cycle when the first China ban and the first American taxes and regulations. So it went down to, I think, like 200. I decided to cash out at like between 3 to 4. I was like, I might go to 0. 3 to 400. 100. Yeah, it's not dollars.
Okay.
So I still made 3-4x. I was like, great, I made still 3-4x, easy money. I didn't do anything for it. And then there was the bear, and then I saw it coming back, and then I got back into investing in mostly altcoins actually.
Okay. Like which ones?
Invested in a lot of early ecosystems, whether it was Phantom, Oasis, Elrond.
Are you still big into investing into altcoins?
To be honest, I don't have a lot of time, but every now and then I put a ticket in or something.
Okay, a little bit here and there.
Yes. I mean, I used to, so that was the first time. Then I was investing a little here and there, mostly through pools. Got rugged like twice on those.
We all have at one point.
Yes. If you haven't been enough time in the space. So that's also one of the things that pushed me to create BullPerks. But yeah, I was getting bored and burnt out from the real estate and traditional VC, politics and people and whatever. I wanted to do something different. So I started my own crypto fund, boutique crypto fund, and just started deploying into crypto. Did like 35, 40 investments, was doing well. Then COVID hit. I almost died.
COVID?
I took it bad because I guess I was already sick with some other stuff, and COVID just found the weakness. And I got blood clots in my lungs and pneumonia and whatever else. So I just got it all. I was like, first time they actually misdiagnosed me. They thought that I would just had COVID, so they sent me home, although I was in crazy pains.
Not surprised.
Came back like a week and a half later, like still in insane pains. I mean, I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I couldn't move from bed. I was just paralyzed from pain. I was like Mike Tyson punching you consistently every millisecond. I was stabbing you.
Oof,
so came back. They immediately took me to the ER. Luckily, the doctor there realized that it could be something more serious. And when they did the CT and stuff like that, they realized that I had substantial blood clots in both lungs. I had some issues with the heart because it wasn't able to pump. Because of the blood clots, it wasn't able to pump oxygen enough. Few weeks in the ER, and then I came out of it.
All right, so did this change your perspective on things?
Everything, yes. So you're there, you know, you can't even take visitors because you're contagious, and you have everything possible. So you're a few weeks there, and you're like, okay, if I died now, what do I have to, you know, what did I leave behind me? And you realize that, you know, not a lot. I mean, you worked, you made some money, but you don't have any legacy.
All right.
Not a family, not a business, not nothing.
Is BullPerks your legacy?
So yes. So after that, I came out and I decided to build a legacy, and BullPerk is one of them. Not the only one, but yes, it's definitely one of them. We wanted to help the average retail person as well as the founders. So the retail person to get access to deals just like any other, just like regular VCs. So they can get into those deals at same, you know, terms or better. And founders, you know, a lot of them didn't have experience in crypto, or they're developers and they don't know how to manage or stuff like that. They don't have connections. So we wanted to help both angles. I mean, and we wanted to eliminate that situation of depending on pools that you don't know who is leading it and it's not transparent. I mean, we wanted to, so we're all doxed. Everything is on chain. I mean, there is no shadiness, everything's transparent. People know exactly what they're investing and everything about it. Also, you know, all these pools have the wrong alignment and incentives. You know, they only cared about their fees. So it wasn't aligned with the investors.
Right. It was their personal gain.
You know, people who did those pools had no backgrounds in investments. You know, my background is in real estate investments and traditional VC. You know, when I do diligence projects, it's almost as a real world due diligence. I mean, sometimes it's a shorter, and sometimes you can't look at financials as well and stuff like that. But we definitely look, we check the team, we check the tokenomics, we check the business models, the roadmap, the products. You know, we do as much as we can. Obviously, there's no 100%, but we try, and we're trying better than most. Okay, good. Well, thank you for sharing your story. And I do have one last question. Since you are wearing a hat that says privacy on it, I do have to ask why. What is so important to you about maintaining your privacy? First of all, the hat, I got it in an event. Okay. It's from Secret Network that I got it. That's why it says privacy. Just like it. And I like the color. Regarding my privacy, you know, I'm actually becoming more and more public. I used to like my privacy. I prefer to be the person behind the scenes, the puppet master, rather than the puppet. Yes, so I do like to be behind the scenes more, but I'm becoming more and more public, unfortunately, but yes, part of it. Okay. Well, what is the best way to get in touch with you, Eran, and to learn more about BullPerks and GamesPad? I mean, you can go to our website, you can send us an email. You can always try to reach out to me on Telegram or Twitter or anywhere. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today, Eran, and thank you for sharing your story and all of your words of wisdom. Thank you for having me here. Appreciate it. And everyone, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Web3 Talks. Make sure to check out other episodes. And until next time, my name is Ornella Hernandez. See you guys later.